Alright guys, so I'm finally getting some chance with some daylight and some more time in my day to go through the stuff that I got at the auction, so I wanted to start pulling stuff out of these trunks. Here, I'll show you what I got. So I ended up buying 6 of these old trunks. Let's see if we can get those. I did that at the auction, and then I ended up just filling up all of the trunks with the stuff that I bought. So I'm gonna start bringing that stuff out, showing you guys what I got. Honestly, a lot of this stuff may or may not sell. I just don't know. That's kind of when you're buying the box lots, you just don't know what you get. So a bunch of snow gear, a basket. That glass broke in transport, but that stuff's not worth a whole bunch. A Peanuts Guide to Life book. So I'm gonna kind of start sorting as I'm doing this. And I'm just gonna have one down on the bottom for trash. This is actually an old gopher trap. So, and it's functional. That's the part that catches the gopher. And these actually sell for about $25 online. So, and I think this is melt glass. Some people really they collect it. I am not a fan of it. It looks like it was actually used for candles. But we'll see. I'll get it listed, see what we got. I think this is an old makeup music box. So there's a little switch right here, a little wire that just shuts it off. But here's a little scene. But it's really rough. I'm thinking this actually had label or stickers or painting on it. It's been stripped down. I'm not sure if this has any value or not. But again, let's see if that's supposed to shut off. I mean, I don't know until I hop online. So this is an old school ballpark. It's a pinball game. So, and these I've seen anywhere from $25 to $125. I think it depends on who made it, which I see no labels on here. But just doing a quick search online through the Google Lens, I found a few of these. So yeah, that one's a good one. That's a good one to sell. A lot of this stuff I didn't like on the lot that had this old school ballpark baseball game. I bought that lot because of that game. Some of these lots I bought because it was just the remnants and I was hoping to get lucky. This one's really cool. A lot of people do collect this kind of stuff, except her hand is broken off, which means that this is probably worthless. Most people want things, the collectibles like this, to be in perfect order. I will double check online. Sometimes this type of item does have value, but it's not very often. So, got a little clock. It looks like the face has a crack in it, but it's plastic. And then it opens up. Alright, so that's the clock. And I'll end up, I got a tote. I'll end up moving this stuff to a tote because this is going to get too full. I did find it, I did buy an old Viewmaster. So this is a Sawyer's Viewmaster. I believe these are made out of Bakelite. I bought this one, and I bought another one. The other one's in a box. It's the red or brown Bakelite. It also came with 7 different Grand Canyon view slides. So that was a cool find. I remember this kind of stuff at my grandpa's house when I was younger, so I was a big fan of the Viewmasters. I also found this. So it seems to be a musical instrument. I found a few different names for it online. I think one of them was called an Egyptian bagpipe or an Arabian bagpipe. I think. I'm not sure. This one seems to be older than some of the newer ones that I was seeing online. But that's your reed. Nope, I'm not going to play this for you because I haven't cleaned it, and I don't play music. So this it seems of quality. The wood is really nicely finished. This isn't plastic. It's heavy. It's metal. This beauty ring right here also metal instead of plastic. So, and that one had a really wide vary on the price as well. Some for 20, some for 130. So. There are some fans of porcelain out there. I got this little porcelain elephant from China. This porcelain, masterpiece porcelain by Homco in 1985. This was made in Mexico. And then there's just a few other like decor items, like little flowers, little basket with some flowers. Looks like there's some wedding stuff in here and some baby shoes. Sometimes this stuff has value, sometimes it does not. That's just a homemade, looks like a Rudolph or a reindeer. Yeah, it's a Rudolph, it's got a red nose. So these are Lullaby baby shoes. Something I'll have to take a look at online. Alright, and then I got a couple of very large meat grinders. And a couple of pulleys. And this kind of stuff is still really popular. With that rustic design. There's also the grinding plates in here. So I actually have, I'll check on these. If these actually bring really good money, I'll sell them. If they don't bring really good money, then I actually have a project. This one might bring good money. This is a Griswold meat grinder. Holy smokes. I've never seen that. I didn't even see it when I bought it. I didn't buy it for that. I bought it because I knew I could use it as part of my project. And this is just a universal number 3 meat grinder, but that one I'm gonna have to look up. That is really, really cool. So. And then a funnel. I think it's a funnel. Actually, you know what? I know exactly what this is. This goes inside here. It's for stuffing sausage casing. So. Alright, so the next thing I got is this music box. And it's got little stoppers, so I can stop that one from moving. Move to that one. Let's Stop that one. Move to that one. I'll be honest, that music sounds like a horror movie. But we'll take a look at it. It's Dr. I'm going to mess up this name. Dr. Zhivago Edelweiss Memory. I think that's probably German. I'm sure I mispronounced it, but we'll take a look. And then just a little doggy, I don't know, catch-all. Could be a small planter. More than likely it's a catch-all. That looks to be like a fake train for like a, it says Claus and Company. So yeah, it's for Christmas decorations. I do have one little can. This looks like it's probably from, oh man, like a Joann's Fabric or one of those type of companies. This looks like alligator skin. I think that's what it's meant to look like, because this is the tail, these are the side scoots. So I think that's what it's meant to look like. So just a decorative can. Another decorative can. Silver Tree Bridge. So it's got a covered bridge on it. Some cows. A house. There's something in this one. That is laundry soap. So somebody's using that as a laundry soap holder. And then another decorative can. This one says Loverin and Brown Company, Wholesale Grocers, Chicago. So I don't know if this is, I'm suspicious that this is just a reproduction, like a repop. But it could be something that's older, something that's vintage. I'll just have to take a look. And this is probably a child or grandchild's little, I don't know, a horse maybe? So. Alright, so that is the content so far of 4 of the trunks. Of course, the other 2 that I need are kind of buried. So. The guy whose auction this was, the actual property owner, it was an estate auction, but he wasn't passed, he was just downsizing. And he restored the trunks. So a lot of these trunks either have the original trim parts or they have the other parts, like the replacement pieces that would be needed to repair. So I don't think I'm going to get into that. I've got enough hobbies as it is. I think I'm just going to kind of liquidate these kind of quick and get them onto their new owners, and the new owners can do with them what they want. They can keep them as they are. They look awesome. They're very rustic. Or they can restore them back to their, original glory. I don't think any of these were made for like travel. They might have been. They just don't seem stout enough to be made for travel. These seem to be more of like cedar chests, something for display. Display and storage. They're just not meant to be moved around a lot. Again, that's just my opinion. I can absolutely be back at 0 right now, so we shall see. Alright, and then I got all these lampshades. I don't think these are anything special. And these are actually, now that I'm looking at them, I thought these were actually colored glass, but these are actually stained. So the glass itself isn't the color, it's a paint or a lacquer or something on there. So honestly, I bought these because my plan was to break them if they weren't worth anything, and then use the glass to tumble in my tumbler to make sea glass. But looking at these are not colored glass itself. The color's not added to the glass, it's actually added to the outside of the glass. So once that color comes off, it's just going to be clear glass. Little American Spirits tobacco tin. So this is from 2002. I don't smoke, but this is this potentially could be a collector's item. I don't know, it's 21 years old. Then I got like a study lamp. I'm actually running out of room here. Hold on. This is just a little frame. That frame actually says, "Friends are friends forever if the Lord is with them." Alright, looks like a Elite Tight number 5. Looks like an ice bucket. This is a popcorn bucket. And I'm not sure why anybody would store something in a popcorn bucket that looks like it's had butter and stuff in it, but it has had butter in it because all the sandpaper is covered in butter. So I don't hold out hope that there's much in here I can use. But some of this stuff, like the tools, you can wipe them down. A little gold hammer. That's probably way too close for you guys. 3/8 range. So yeah, it's just a bunch of little hand tools. Nothing super fancy. Some of it I might be able to use, some of it maybe not. This right here, you know, Dr. Roger K. Van Santen. This is the big money. These old toothbrush. I'm just messing with you guys. I couldn't do that out. Nobody's gonna buy an old toothbrush. So I tried. I was gonna I can keep this one going, but nope. So, and I did buy this lot specifically for this item. Just a work lamp so that I can bring a light in closer and further away when I'm working on something. So this is the mount for it. It's got a clamp, so I can clamp it to my workbench. And I'll just put a better light bulb in there. I'll put like a bright white or a sunlight LED light bulb. So that one was for me. And see, this is the kind of stuff I was telling you guys about on some of these other videos. Was there's extension cords in so many of these box lots, and I don't trust these non-grounded, really thin extension cords for much. So a lot of times, and they're not worth much. I mean, you can get them at the dollar store. So a lot of times I just clip the ends, strip them down, and then just throw them with the copper. So I get enough of them. I'm never at need for an extension cord. So this looks like this was handmade by Patty Short. At one point somebody sold it for 50 cents. Little police station, hand painted by somebody in Silverton, which isn't too far away from where this auction was. Measuring cups. It's an entire book on how to use a 7-inch aluminum rafter angle square. made in England, but I can hear that. You can hear that? Those cracks are completely all the way through, and that it's kind of just being held together by the pieces that haven't cracked all the way through. So, and then a pocket reference. Pocket reference. So this is a kind of like everything you could ever want to know about anything in the world book. Miles per gallon, tire sizes, how to pour concrete, different receptacle plug-in outlets. This is like an everything book. It's got all the airport codes. It's got the elemental chart in there. It's got a mineral table, what firewood is best, what sounds produce what decibels, temperature conversion chart for centigrade to Celsius. This is literally like an entire encyclopedia's worth of knowledge put into one book. This is actually an interesting little book. This I'm probably going to keep. This is interesting. Even Marine ranks or military ranks. So, and then a basket that this might sell. I think these are just outwoven. I can put them back in there. I thought this was a flower pot. Now I'm looking at it, looks like it's a big coffee cup. Probably wouldn't put coffee in there though. Remember I said that he had parts for them? So this one's got broken leather handles. Here's the leather replacements. He just never got around to installing them and doing the finish work on it. Clabber Girl baking powder. That's a giant can. And not a measuring tape, but a measuring stick. This is also kind of stuff you'll find a lot, is china plates, china teacups. And you know, I gotta check these because some of these do have value. A lot of them are just massively produced and they don't have value. The rest of this thing is full of dominoes. Again, there are some dominoes out there that are actually like vintage. These ones seem to have a metal little bead there. So some of these are actually, I played this game before. Oh, Mexican, oh, what is it called? I can't remember the name of it. But I've played this game before. So, let me put those back. I'm not going to put those back in there. They were hard to get out. I'll set them in here separately. There's a much larger measuring tape. This one looks like it's a yardstick, so it's a yard long. And then, no, that's not what I thought it was. But it's a bunch more of these tiles that are just painted. So honestly, a lot of this stuff is knick-knacky, dust collector stuff. And then this is the last thing that I have in the trunks. So, gosh, I worked at a gas station 25 years ago, and it was a Chevron, and this was a thing. People would come in and buy these cars. I think they were like, I don't know, $5.99 or $7.99 a piece. But I think I have 15 of these, and these actually look like they sell for about $20 a piece. These are fully wrapped Still got the rubber bands to hold everything in place. So this is probably going to be one of those things where you list it, you mail it out in a bubble wrapper, and it's going to take 2 years to sell them all. But when you got 15 of them, selling them at 20 bucks a pop, what, 300 bucks? And I paid 10. So, but it's going to take me some time to sell them. That happens. But that was the last of that. I did get a 16-gallon wet dry vac. That is in a really, really good shape. Let me show you. So my wet dry vac, actually the filter got clogged up and I haven't replaced it yet, so I'm gonna make this one my dry vac and the other one my wet vac, so that I don't have to deal with removing the filter to deal with that. I also bought Black & Decker yard edger. I bought, I think it's a Hoover steam vacuum, and then I'm not sure what the other make is for that other vacuum. I bought that little ladder right there for me. I got one of the chainsaw bears. So let me get this camera working here. So I bought a few things for my wife too. I bought one of the little chainsaw bears that, you know, somebody with a chainsaw carves it. I bought that for her to put on the front porch. Since we went to Alaska over the summer, we wanted one for our house, so I picked that up. I got another container, another flat of tools, and that has it had a Dremel in it. That was the big thing that I wanted, was it had a Dremel in it. And it's an old Dremel. Those old Dremels are not like the new ones. The old Dremels seem to run a lot longer. And if you just keep replacing the bushings in them, I haven't had one fail. I've got a couple of them. But I wanted to pick up another one because this one looked rather new and I didn't... eventually one of mine's going to die and I'm going to want to replace it. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else at this particular sale that I got. I don't think that there is anything else. So, oh no, there was. I got a 5-gallon propane tank. It's this one right here, and it's almost full. I got it for $2. I bought it because I thought it was empty and I was going to use it as an exchange just to get a new tank. But this one's almost full, so I'll use up all the propane and then I will go ahead and exchange it in. So, all right. Well, I will talk to you guys later.